Welcome to the Newgrounds podcast. Today's episode hosted by Psycho Goldfish and Will Comer.
Nailed it.
Will Comer. Psycho Goldfish.
Welcome to the Newgrounds podcast, featuring the Newgrounds Audio Deathmatch finale!
Woo! Oh yeah!
I'm here, Psycho Goldfish is here.
Yep, I'm here. And we got a special guest for the majority of the show. One of the judges of the Newgrounds Audio Deathmatch, our boy Jacob!
Yo!
Jacob's here.
How's everybody doing this fine Sunday morning?
Drunk over.
All
Jacob,
right.
you feeling okay? You mentioned that you might be very drunk today.
No, I'm feeling good. I woke up still drunk. I think I'm still a little drunk.
Yeah. Are you doing any hangover cures? Any shower, coffee, Advil kind of stuff?
Drink more.
Drink more. Hair of the dog, baby. Hair of the
The little
dog.
dog that bicks you. I got you.
Yep. Well, we've got a lot of new people have joined our audience, and we definitely want to say welcome to everybody. A lot of them came in through the Among Us interview, the Innersloth interview we had last week, and some of them might be a little confused what the fuck this show is actually about today. So I guess we should probably introduce what the Newgrounds Audio Deathmatch is.
Yes.
I'm not doing it. Someone else has to do it.
Jacob, if I was a not Newgrounds person, or let's say I'm a basic Newgrounds person, but I've never heard of the deathmatch before, I have no idea what's going on. How would you kind of explain it?
So the Newgrounds Audio Deathmatch is a bracket-style competition wherein different players are matched up, and they have 2 weeks to create a song, and the better song or the higher scored song moves onward. And so you get knocked out. If you lose, you move forward if you win. And yeah, it keeps going until you get a winner.
Nice.
And how many people started this tournament?
The number of people who auditioned this year was, I don't know, over 100.
Wow.
119, Troisnyx said.
How many qualified?
We narrowed it down to 64 for the first round. We did groups of 4 for the first round, so we wouldn't have too many rounds. Groups of 2 thereafter, and now the final round is just one group of 4 in a little battle royale.
And that's where we are today. We have 4 finalists. So when you do the math, that's I think 6,289 awesome songs that came out of this. Am I right? My math might be a little fuzzy.
Jeez.
I'll go with yes.
Either way, we got a lot of great songs. A lot of great music has come out of this. Yeah. Don't question it. It's flawless math. But yeah.
54,396,200 songs were released today.
Yep. Today. And we're going to listen to all of them today.
And we're going to be here listening to every single one. Jeez. Okay, so this tournament, this takes place over a long time, and that's always what gets me, is that these guys are, plugged into this thing. How, when did it start, in the year versus how long it's been now?
Auditions started in June, I believe, and the competition started in July. I don't remember the exact date, but yeah, it's been a few months.
That's what I get when I talk to people who've been in the Newgrounds Audio Deathmatch. They kind of have a mix of, wow, I'm so excited for this, wow, I'm learning so much, and wow, I've been here so long, wow, I feel like I've been part of this forever.
Why did I do this?
Like I know everybody. Yeah, wow, why am I doing this? Help.
I keep winning.
I'm excited. So basically, what's going to happen today, as far as this show, is, after we're talking about the contest, we have each, and by each, I mean the 4 of us hosts, Psycho Goldfish, me, Goodell, and Zinzanix, we have each interviewed one of the finalists. And so we're going to be playing all of the interviews, and they're all very unique because we all have different styles. And these are well-produced clips, if I do say so myself, with music behind them. It's really well-polished and stuff. Pat my own back. And we're going to be actually listening to the finalist songs as well. So you were here as part of the show, but also a listening party. We're all going to be in a listening party together enjoying these. And then at the end, we're going to be talking to some of the judges and revealing the winner. And it's going to be very exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, boy.
So with that being said, do we want to launch basically into it?
Yeah, let's get into the first interview.
Yeah. So I'm picking these totally at random. Let's do Goodell. Goodell interviewed Predator Music, and it was a good interview, and I'm going to play it for you guys right now. By the way, in the chat, if anything's happening with the audio, you can tell us and we can change it, make it louder, softer, fix things. I'm just saying that, just in case. It won't happen, but if it does. So, without further ado, here's Good L interviewing Predator Music.
So first off, just go ahead and tell me about what your experience has been like in the Newgrounds Audio Deathmatch this year, sort of how you felt about the contest, what you've thought of other people's music, if you've had the chance to listen to it, other people's entries. Yeah, just sort of what your experience has been.
Alright, my experience so far in Newgrounds Audio Deathmatch has been pretty good. We had a lot of awesome musical composers this year. I've been keeping track of a lot of the entries so far, and especially I've been listening to a fellow finalist, Mackievellian. He makes a lot of awesome stuff. Overall, I really like Audio Deathmatch. I feel that it is a great place to improve, since you get a lot of constructive criticism, and also to discover new artists.
So go ahead and tell us a little bit about your entry for this, the final round of the Newgrounds Audio Deathmatch. Let's hear from the creator your thoughts about the track. What do you think makes it a strong contender?
Well, Pirate Fox, hence the name, it's a pirate-themed track, merged with some other styles like chiptune and orchestral breakbeat. It tells an adventure of a sea traveler fox, searching for glory in the horizon. I think it is a strong contestant. I put all the things I learned this year into it, and it captures the vibes of my other submissions for the contest.
Do you have anything to say to the people of Newgrounds who are listening to this, who are checking out the Audio Deathmatch? Anything to say to your fans who are rooting for you to win?
I got to thank all the people keeping up with the contest, all the judges, all the fellow contestants. A huge thank you to all my fans that keep supporting me in every song, to all the Newgrounds people that front page my stuff, and a huge shout out to Waterflame and HOJL and my friends for being really helpful in my musical development.
And I guess just, do you have any final thoughts that you'd like to share while you've got this platform?
I love Newgrounds, from the audio portal to the forums, to the art portal and the animations. This is a really awesome community. They always are so helpful. And I appreciate this kind of contest that they do to get everyone involved in the site. When it comes to music and art, I can call Newgrounds the best site to be and to share. And thank you for inviting me to be part of this podcast. I really appreciate it, and I wish the best of luck to the other finalists.
Killer. I like that he shouted out Waterflame because Waterflame always gets shouted out by necessity on this show.
Right.
You guys want to hear the song?
We should shout him out again and get a trip. Shout out to Waterflame. There we go. Triple.
Yeah, shout out to Waterflame for the use of his song Everfly and for being a friend to everybody.
I'm stoked to hear this song. So let's play this goddamn song. I want to hear it.
Let's do it.
Yes. This is Predator Music's final for the Newgrounds Audio Deathmatch 2020. It's called Pirate Fox.
So much fun.
I love it.
Love it. Yes. Now I want a Castle Crashers too, because I could see that being like one of the title tracks on it.
Right. Oh, it reminds me of that's a very nostalgic track for me.
Yeah. It's like it feels like something you've heard, but it's new. Like that's awesome
Right.
to do.
It conjures in my mind like whatever it is for you, but the video game that got you into video games or got you into art or something that like just inspired you as a kid, right?
Right. And especially the stuff that got me into like Flash games. Like I'm also thinking of like Age of War, that song's called Morning Glory or something like that. Like that kind of stuff. And it just takes me back to just like getting lost in Flash games and getting lost in Castle Crashers. I love it.
You guys are cute talking about Flash games when you were children.
When I was born, I played Toss the Turtle.
It was
That's
all
how I
downhill
came
from
out
there.
of mom.
Jesus. Oh my God. So the chat is very excited about this song. They're saying, number one, Predator actually dropped a pixel art that is a pixel art companion to the song, and we're all really excited about it. It's really cool. We're going to try to share it after this. So check that out. People are also saying there's a water flame vibe,
Yeah,
you can see the influence, but it's still like totally original too. Like it's I don't know, it's hard to say. Like it's just such a vibe. Like the vibe is the perfect word, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Like water flame vibe, but it also holds up on its own. That's what people are saying too.
Right, well, like it fits into this subgenre of video game music that Water Flame helped pioneer.
Yes.
And so it's similar to it in that sense, but gosh, it's so catchy.
It's basically a genre that doesn't have a name, so we just call it water flame music, I guess.
Right.
Water flame music.
Water flame music.
Jacob, if this is the one that takes home the gold, why do you think that would be? What do you think gives us the winning edge?
Man, this one's so easy to connect with, and it's super easy to listen to. I could listen to it on loop for so long. Really nice choices in sound design. Like it's they're all nice and clear choices, but they're also very they have that water flame-ish MIDI effect, and just the way that it feels, that nostalgia is just so much fun to listen to. So I would say that would be. I mean, I know my highest score on it was in the rubric for replayability and usability, because it's so perfect for a game and it's so easy to replay.
Nice. Before we keep going, can you quickly tell us about your rubric and kind of what metrics you're using here?
Yeah, so everybody has a different rubric, as was covered in like another podcast. The first two are consistent between us, which is composition and production. Then we each have three more after that. And for me, the third one is sound design / atmosphere, which is, it can be the sounds that they create, the sounds that they choose. It can be just the overall atmosphere that they're creating. Does it feel like I'm somewhere? Does it put me somewhere? How does it all work together? Does it all glue together well? Things like that. After that, I have creativity, pretty self-explanatory. And lastly, that replay value / usability score, which is sort of a catch-all for, first of all, like, do I just like it?
Yeah, exactly.
And then, like, if I replay this, will I discover something that I didn't hear last time? Like, is it dynamic enough for it to have more? Is it catchy? Do I just want to hear it again? And then, because this is Newgrounds, I think usability was a nice thing to throw in there, because maybe it's great for a game or it's great for a movie. Does it fit somewhere? And
That's
would it score
interesting.
something really well?
Like function.
that.
Like, is it functional? Yeah.
Right. And, it doesn't have to be, but it's sort of a catch-all for, if it is, I should reward that,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good call.
What do you think, Josh? Is it time to do another one?
You know what, Will? I believe it is.
All right. That's exciting, because I got another one for you. Okay, we did Predator. Now it's time for you, Psycho Goldfish, to be talking to our friend AlbeGian, or as you call him, AlbeGian. Let's do this. This is a fun one. You guys ready?
Yes, let's hear Albie. All right, so I am here with AlbeGian, and he is one of the finalists in the Newgrounds Audio Deathmatch 2020. Excited to see who's going to win today. How about you?
Yeah, I'm. I don't know. They were really the other submissions are really good as well. I think it's gonna be a fair competition. Like, I don't think I'm as talented as the other people because I've been hearing the submissions from the other rounds, you know, and everyone's so talented their own way, you know. Everyone has their own thing, their own soul put into the songs, and I think they're all amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely a tight competition. I definitely think you got a shot though. Like I've been loving everything that's been coming out of it, and your music in particular. It's just like the cinematic stuff is so freaking sweet. Your newest one. I know you said you had some issues getting it going, but like when you listen to it, it's so good.
Yeah, I was running out of time because of this IRL stuff. I got a bit of stuff from college, some friends and familiars getting COVID, and I had to look out for them, you know, from here.
Right.
And you know, the other kinds of issues, but I managed to put it together and get a piece.
It was a good piece too, though. Like I don't know, maybe if you're like me, like constraints sometimes help you because you don't overthink it. I guess maybe, but I don't know. No, I loved it. It was really good. So how's the contest been for you so far? Going through all these rounds, like
it's actually the first time I make it this far. You know, in any competition actually. Well, I also participated in this year's Art Inspired Music, and I got a special mention. But in other audio contests, it's the first time I make it this far. I never thought I was making this far. I think I gave it a try in 2018, but I got knocked out in the auditions. So I decided to not give up and try again.
Yeah, 2 years later, here you are, a finalist. It's amazing.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I am really excited.
You got been bragging to your family and everything, but like I'm a big music guy now. I got into the finals of the Newgrounds Audio Deathmatch.
Yeah, I'm like, Mom, look at me! I made it this far with my music. Now my parents are also proud of my music. They heard some of it and they really like it. They're very supporting.
That's awesome. Yeah, my parents are pretty smart, and they're like, no, stay out of music, you're awful. So,
nah, my parents were really supporting, so I thank them for everything, for all the help as well.
Sweet. See, you got to get the good. I thank my mom and dad in these things because you know that's how you know it's a real award show now that we've got that in there.
yeah.
So, how you feeling going into these finals? Are you nervous? Are you excited? Or
it's a combination. It's like some kind of mixed feelings. I'm excited at the same time because I don't really fully care about like winning or getting the first place and all that competitiveness. You know, I really enjoyed having fun at making songs in a certain deadline because I was talking with some friends about they were asking me about me getting into this competition and whatnot. And I always told them that I would use this kind of competitions as a motivation to make music, having a deadline, you know.
Right.
This deadline would be used as motivation to produce. It was really fun. I learned a lot from the feedback from the people and the judges, and you would use this kind of things to learn and get progressively better and this kind of things.
Right, kind of like when you were in 2018, you probably got some feedback that helped you boost this year.
Yeah. Not only in the competitions, in my in the other songs, people with live reviews, which is one of the things I love about Newgrounds, right? The community is so freaking supporting and everyone helps each other. It's so cool. And yeah, I encourage people who got into these competitions and didn't make it or something that don't lower your arms and keep creating because that's one of the best things in humanity, you know, creating.
Right. Yeah.
We have the ability to create amazing things relatively from scratch. You can base some previous things on, I don't know, but creating is the best what happened to us.
Yeah, definitely. Well, again, congratulations on making it so far.
Thank you so much.
Good luck, and we're all rooting for you on this particular interview. The two of us, we're both rooting for you.
Okay, yeah, thank you for everyone. I would say thank you everyone for listening.
We're both rooting for you. You're rooting for yourself. Fun times.
No, yeah, we talked for like an hour after that. He's such a good guy, very humble, very modest.
For real.
And he does not appreciate how fucking good he is.
No,
Right?
he doesn't. Well, we're all about to appreciate it right now.
Oh, yeah,
AlbeGian's song is called 61 Wishes. Here it is.
Wow, that was amazing.
So good. You know,
So
there's
good.
something to be said about a comedy podcast or trying to be funny, but then stuff like this happens, and it's like, wow.
Yeah, you can't really joke too much about it. You're just like, oh, that's all. It's so good. It's just the way he did it. It's like I mentioned in the chat. It's like it's 3 acts. It's like a story where there's like this beginning part, and then there's like this crescendo in the middle, and then the end. It's just like its own little play out, and like there's a story in everybody's head. A lot of people are like, it's Minecraft the movie.
Yeah, people are saying Minecraft, which is a big compliment because that is very evocative and environmental, and I bet that scores high for you on the atmosphere, Jacob.
Yes. I mean, in general, it scores high for me. It paints such a beautiful picture. Each of his songs, like throughout this competition, have just painted such beautiful scenes, and they're so dynamic. I just love it.
Right?
There's such a journey, you know? And it always kind of takes me out and it takes me somewhere new.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Had you heard the story about what he was going through, like before you heard it, or?
No, I didn't actually know what was going on. I read the description, and you know he said it had been a stressful couple of weeks, but that's all that I had.
Yeah, once you hear the story, it kind of it gives the song its own little meaning
Right.
too. When you hear it, it's kind of cool.
Right?
Yeah, it's also heartbreaking.
Expresses himself beautifully.
Yeah.
It's such
Good
good
job,
work.
Albie. Really quick, we're going to go on to the next ones, but before I just want to let you know that the music you're hearing behind these interviews is pulled from that artist's audio. So that is all going to be another one of the songs that they've made. So if you're interested, they'll be linked in Newgrounds, and you can also go and find them on their own audio page. It's just fun to let that be kind of like a double dose of their audio, right?
Yeah, going to any of these guys' audio pages is not going to be a waste of your time.
Right.
Definitely check them out.
Yeah. All right. I'm excited for this next one because it's Mackievellian, interviewed by me. So I get to listen to myself.
Yay!
Yay!
Your favorite thing.
Yeah. He was super cool. I had a great time with him. Here's me and Mackie. So I want to ask first, where have you come from? I'm looking at Newgrounds right now, and you just kind of like popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah, I don't know what happened actually. I was just like, I've been on Newgrounds since I was really young, and I made an account in 2009. And then I just decided, I was like, I haven't been on the site in ages. And I started making a game and stuff, and I was like, I don't know. I was like, oh, I'll go on Newgrounds, check it out. And I thought, and the AIM contest was going on at the time.
Yeah, the AIM, art-inspired music. When you joined Newgrounds, what did you do? Were you a musician back then in 2009, or did you do games primarily?
I played guitar back then, but I didn't put anything out at all. I just spent ages practicing, but I never went into a DAW and actually made music.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'll give it a shot. And that's what happened with AIM.
You're giving it quite a shot. I mean, okay, so it's a chiptune based style for you right now, right? That's kind of where you like to be right now?
At the moment.
Where did that come from? Is that just a love of video games, love of chiptunes, all that?
Yeah, absolutely. Like when I was younger, there's games like Final Fantasy and Chrono Trigger, the main ones. They sort of inspired me the most for that sort of stuff. But like my roots are more in like old rock and progressive metal and things like that.
So you've only just started now actually composing music and putting stuff together in a DAW, is that right?
Yeah, in terms of like the video game stuff and actually using the DAW, yeah, but...
Yeah. I know you've already said that. I'm just asking again because it's blowing my mind, because it's so composed and well adjusted and arranged and everything you're doing. There's clearly a musical background there to me.
Thank you very much. I have a band, and I went and did my degree, but I used another program called Guitar Pro for my band. That's where we wrote just straight up like progressive metal, sort of fusion jazz stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of this, I never really experimented much with it. I think that's what AIM was. It was like the first time I went to try and do that style, and it's just evolved from there. I was like, I might as well try out the Newgrounds.
It's evolving really fast.
Let's see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of the deathmatch experience so far? Like, you've been through the ringer of this, basically. Are you stressed at the end of it all? Are you nervous?
Yeah. I mean, it's been so much fun, and I've met loads of really cool people doing it as well. But Yeah, it was pretty stressful. Like the last couple of tracks, it was like, you know, pulling all-nighters to get them finished.
Yeah.
And just, yeah, it's been pretty awesome.
How do you think you've grown as a musician during this, from the beginning to the end?
I don't really know. I feel like my arrangements have gotten better, I guess. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it was mostly just you know, the experience of using a DAW that I think's improved the most.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So this is,
I'm not sure.
the AIM and then the Deathmatch, this has been just kind of a new experiment for arranging music and doing chiptunes for you, and you're already I think you're already getting some good clout for this. I mean, you're in the finals of the match. You very likely might win this whole thing. Is this the beginning of a big magical chiptuning career for you? Would you want to do more of this after this?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I feel like a lot of the tracks have been a bit all over the place because it's, you know, it was sort of experimenting to begin with. So the first track I uploaded for the deathmatch is kind of similar to this last one, and you know, the second one was like a jazzy bar fight, and the third one was like real guitars, and now the last one's sort of all the ideas from all of those sort of collated into one.
Yeah. What do you think makes your music unique from everybody else here? Like, what is the Mackievellian? Am I saying that right? Because it's like Mackievellian?
Yeah.
What is the Mackievellian like seal of originality here? What's going to be the thing that you have that gets you the gold medal?
Maybe.
You can brag. This is a place to brag if you want.
Right, okay. It might just be the madness.
The madness?
There's a bit of madness. Like if you listen to the newest one I put out, I thought I'm just gonna go absolutely ham with this.
That sounds very accurate. If I listened to the song before this, and I would say absolutely, there is an unholy chaos happening in that song in the best way.
That's good. That's what I was going for.
So I hear you, man. Your absolute sheer joy and energy and madness is gonna get you to the top here.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing. It was a lot of fun.
Last thing, is there anything you want to say to everybody else as we're all kind of sitting here listening to this as it goes into the end?
It's just like, you know, best of luck. And it's been loads of fun, and everyone else has uploaded some, you know, absolutely awesome music. And just, yeah, let's all keep at it.
Well, that's so nice. Nothing mean, like nothing, screw you, I'm going to win, you suck. Nothing bad like that. You're so wholesome.
Maybe I'm being careful or something.
No, I think you're being correct. I think I'm being wrong. Well, dude, your music is hot. I love it. I hope you make way, way more of this. If this is the beginning for you, then this is the beginning of something very large. And I hope you have all the best luck and all the best music coming out of your brain in the future, my friend.
That is nice. Thank you very much. And aye, keep an ear out.
Our ears are out.
Yep, I got them both ready to go. They're wide open and ready to be penetrated.
Was that supposed to bring ears?
I don't know who to respond to first.
You're an audio contest judge. You probably should have brought ears, Jacob.
Probably. All right, well, let's waste no time. Let's penetrate his ears already.
Yes.
This is
get in there deep.
Gross. I never want to say that again. This is Mackievellian's song. It's called The Final Stretch, and it is a unholy chaos, if I've said that enough already. Let's go. Whew. I have to
So
catch
much
my
fun.
Oh, my ears need a cigarette after that.
breath. Oh my god, that was a roller coaster. That was fun.
Right?
Oh my god,
like
my heart rate doubled.
I don't know where that took me either. Like, there's parts of it that are like definitely Final Fantasy, Undertale-ish, but there's something else there. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds. He did, like,
Yes,
a
I
rock
am
musical.
very familiar with that.
Parts
oh,
of
yeah.
it took me there, and I was like that was so cool.
That's something fun to look up, by the way. Anybody that wants to. Jeff Wayne's World of Worlds. It's like 80s space opera madness, and it's live. And it's awesome. But yes,
It's
oh my
it's
god.
so good.
That did remind me of that. You're right.
Right?
And the
It's in
prog, the prog metal stuff in the middle. It's like
Right.
the weird time signatures and ugh.
And that ending, like, oh my god, it's just perfect.
The rock ending, the kick the drum set over ending. Jesus.
Such a great job of creating and relieving and creating more tension. Just over and over again through that piece. I love it.
Yeah.
Right. It was a journey.
The ascension and descension. It was like a roller coaster, you know?
Yeah.
How'd the roller coaster fit in your rubric?
That's
I mean,
right. Was there a roller coaster metric?
Let's see. I will say not a single person got below a 9 out of 10.
Jeez.
If that isn't clear based on what you're
Yeah.
hearing.
Right, man.
I
I don't
did-
envy the job you guys had. This is, ooh.
I know. That's like the
Right?
hardest job.
And there's still one more. Oh my god.
Right?
I mean, if you guys didn't catch that earlier, Mackie is starting his musical career. This competition and the art-inspired music one before this it was his introduction into DAWs and into arranging music. How impressed and slightly mad does that make you? Because I'm like, really?
Oh, I'm pissed.
I mean, the word prodigy comes to mind.
Prodigy. Oh my god. Okay.
It's like we need like a minute just to come down from this, but we still got one more to do. It's hard.
I know. All right. Well, this is fun. So the last interview I have is Troisnyx, our bud Troisnyx interviewing Phonometrologist. I hope I'm saying that right. And there's a few funny things about this interview. Number one, he actually recorded. Well, we were kind of saying like Zen is an amazing interviewer and kind of talkative sometimes. And how long is this going to go? Is he going to be able to stick to the 5 minutes? And
No.
as if on cue, he messages us and says, so that recording went on for like 2 hours, actually. But I recorded 5. I can cut out 5 minutes for you. And the other thing is Zen went in with a specific idea for what he wanted to do for this interview. And listen carefully as he gets shot down in epic proportion. It's hilarious. I actually, in my laying music behind it, I actually kind of laid different music behind his thing, and it's funny. You'll listen to it. This is Troisnyx and Phonometrologist.
Do you just sit all day with like a song in your head, or like does it like come to you when you reach the piano, or like when you want to sit down? Do you have your little thoughts and shit?
No, yeah, it just comes with just playing, tinkering around. I don't really. I guess sometimes I will try to force it, be at the piano and say, okay, I got to come up with something interesting. Maybe I'll mimic another style or a song that I was listening to at the time and ghost write if I was on a crunch. But a lot of it's just playing around when the kids are around, and sometimes they join me on it and they're banging on the keys and things slowly happen. I mean, for this contest, you can't really. I don't know how others do it. I don't know. Maybe someone has a plan. If I pass round 1 and I get to round 2, I'll do this style or whatever. I don't know. But for me, it's just like you just have to just kind of like a Bob Ross. You know, you go to the canvas and you just start painting, and it looks great. And then when he draws that tree after you think it's perfect, and he's like, oh, he does like a line across the whole thing, and you're like, oh, it's ruined. But then he just makes it work. You just kind of tinker around and just. It almost seems like he doesn't even know what he's going to do. Which isn't necessarily the case, because I think I was watching a documentary of him. He did it 3 times, so he has a painting of that same picture before the show and maybe after, whatever. But still, I think it's similar to that. You just have to not think too much, remove yourself from the analytical side, and just okay, how does it sound? Okay, when you hear a certain sound, try to listen to it and trust your schooling and discipline of what the next note should be. I guess I'll just stop talking. I feel like when you're silent and I'm talking, it's like I'm just rambling. Like, this is probably uninteresting to people.
No, it was great. I was smiling the whole time. I was like, this guy's relating Bob Ross to writing music, and it's literally the most interesting thing I heard for a minute. So I loved it. All right, we're actually gonna do the skit. All right, you ready?
What's a skit?
Are you ready for this? I'm gonna launch into like a little introduction, and then we're gonna go on from there about
What do
the
you mean
Newgrounds audio deathmatch.
What do you want
I'll
me to
show
do?
you. All right. All right. It's the Newgrounds Audio Deathmatch 2020. I'm here with Phonometrologist.
Come on. Look, this is like my 5th time I think doing this. See, but the thing is, like, you're like revving up at 100%, and I'm like just I can't match that energy. You know, that's. Let me ask you this: what questions would you want to know instead of like trying to come up with questions what you think others would want to know? Just cover the basics. Like, why don't you just ask questions that you think would be interesting?
Okay. All right. So I got a question. When did you first start playing the piano?
That's a good question. Not as interesting though, but I mean, factually, my parents forced me at age 6.
They forced you? They're like, you're gonna play piano.
Well, so I'm like a middle child, so my older sister played piano. They thought it was important that you should read notes. I really just wanted to play drums, but because it wasn't really notes per se, any pitches, they felt like, all right, you want to do drums, you have to take these piano lessons. So, all right, fine. So that's how that started out.
Oh, now you use the piano to express yourself. So like it worked out in the end. You're like, oh, this is I really do actually enjoy the piano and learning that. Like
anybody that plays an instrument should probably study drums just so they can get good at rhythm. When I started learning to play drums, I got much better at piano. It just worked out that way. Couldn't tell you why. I was initially gravitated towards drum as a kid, and then got into middle school and high school. I was like, oh, well, just wanted to play a few piano pieces for myself, and it just grew from there.
Damn, did it become like some kind of like addiction? Because like then you started to use it to like what, like entertain yourself, and it became like more than just a hobby, I guess, or like it became like your number one hobby. Like, you know how it feels like when you pick up something, you just want to do it all the time.
Yeah, no, I think I was just like a typical dreamer. It's like, oh, I'm gonna learn this piece, and maybe one day I could play for others and connect with others, because I was never really good at it, connecting with people. So I can use piano maybe do the connecting for me in a sense, you know, kind of have that bridge to cross to the other person. I think a lot of choices that we make growing up, it could be influenced by insecurities, wanting to be accepted, wanting to be liked, but I don't have that charisma to just go to someone and have them like me. So maybe I'll use piano. Maybe if I kind of played piano for someone, they could see value in me, kind of thing. It sounds funny to say, but I think if I were to really look at it simply, that's probably how it started.
Did it work? Were you popular instantly?
No, because it's funny because like I didn't even play for other. I was still too shy. So I was like, it didn't make any sense. Even if someone asked me to play piano, I'm like, nah. It's like, because in a way it still seemed like an extension of myself. So naturally, me being reticent, I'm not gonna want to open up to anyone to play piano.
Yeah,
you know,
way too intimate.
That's the contradictions that we have within us. Everyone does things or think things that are contradictory sometimes, and I think that's just being human.
Beautiful. Very good.
That was a great line to end on.
Yeah.
Right?
Just being human.
And good job scoring that, Will. That was fantastic. We went,
You like that?
We went on a little journey there.
We certainly did. Yeah, find that song. I literally typed the word hype, and I found a song called Hype, and then I put that in the middle.
And then just fades up.
Yeah, I almost wanted to do a record scratch. I went against that, but it kind of felt like, wait a minute.
It was definitely implied.
It just made me laugh when I heard it raw, because I know what it's like to be in Zin's shoes too, and to be like,
right?
This is going to be really fun, and then they're like, this is really not fun. But anyway, buckle up, because that was a beautiful interview, and the song is not going to disappoint. Phonometrologist song is called Vessel Full of Dreams. Here it is. Do I have to say anything?
We just need a minute.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
How to stop a podcast in the best possible way. We're all sitting here like,
Yeah.
Each time I've listened to this, it brings me close to tears.
Right?
yeah.
That's out of all of them, I would say that's the one that hits the atmospheric vibes so much more.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, nothing's more atmospheric than putting a microphone right in the middle of an old piano. And
Yeah.
there's something playing, the radio chatter in the background. Yee.
Right? So many little touches, and you that Jacob and that rubric you have where you got to listen to it multiple times and pick up things like that. This one had to hit that one hard, huh?
Right. No, it was a perfect score on that end. And I was saying, like, with each of the other songs, they paint a picture and they put me somewhere else, right? And with all of the music that Phonometrologist has put into this competition, it does the opposite in the best way. It really puts me right here.
Right.
You know, like it's such intimate work, and there's a lot to ruminate upon when listening to his stuff. If you need to work through something, listen through his music.
Exactly. I was saying in the chat, in a way that I hope people aren't actually scared for me for, but I said, this song makes me feel very alone. And it does make you feel very alone because you're hearing so intimately this empty room around you and this very emotional piano. And just, it sounds like there's nobody else in the house. There's nobody else in the country. You know, you're just like right there in the middle of this void. Oh, man.
When you get to hear the children playing for a bit, which sounds like it's in memory, you know?
Right.
Because a lot of the little things that he puts in there are, it's like, you know, things that are floating through my head, which conjure images for me. Because they're all vague enough that I can, you know, insert my own experience and have my own thoughts provoked.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
Like I'm not a big musician, but like I've tinkered, and it's just kind of like you said, that memory where you just sit down in front of a keyboard or whatever, and you just clear your head, and you're just playing, and it's like you're experiencing that through his eyes while you listen to this. Not a lot of songs can do that.
Yeah, it puts you in his mindset. It reminds me of childhood. It reminds me of a dream. That's what people are saying here. It also reminded me of wartime. The radio chatter in the background for a second reminded me of maybe like, you guys ever seen the, like, what is it, that movie, The Pianist or something?
You said pianist.
Yeah, The Pianist is about I'm going to say the word Holocaust now. Great. It's about a guy who goes, who has to survive the Holocaust, but he's a concert pianist, and it uses the sound of the piano against that. Yeah. It reminded me a lot of that, of how this guy would be sitting, hearing stuff outside and hearing violence, but then you're hearing this very soft, intimate piano, and that's all. Yeah.
Woo! We're having so much bright fun here today, guys.
I know. I
Talking
realized
about the Holocaust and
the Holocaust and sadness and being alone. I realized a little bit too late that maybe Mackievellians after this would have been more of like a bringing you back or whatever. I'm not sure.
That's okay, because we're gonna get hyped up again, because we're gonna bring some judges on.
Yes.
And we're gonna hear what more of them had to say about these songs, and then we're gonna find out who wins, and that excitement should just bring us all right back. So
let's do it. Let's do it.
Awesome.
We need a little bit bringing back, so let's bring some people in here.
Let's see. The judges we have here are Troisnyx and VocalOutburst, conveniently placed one above the other.
Perfect.
Welcome to the show, guys.
Hello, hi.
Yeah.
Sorry for if my mic is bad quality. I'm using Apple earphones at the moment.
It's actually not too bad.
It's all
Right.
good.
So, guys, judging this, at what point did you decide, God, these songs are all so good, I want to shoot myself? Because that's where I'd be right now.
To be honest, the audition process. I'm not gonna lie. No, I'm serious. There were some songs in there. I'm just like, why didn't they save this till the end? Why did they make this now? Because they can only go up from here, and they did. What the fuck? And so, it's been incredible seeing, like, and I set this in the chat, but like it's been incredible seeing like all these guys, every single one. Like, I haven't really heard or seen somebody, you know, like degrade after the next song.
Mm-hmm.
And like hearing different parts of like their musicality and their creativity each of the 2 to 3 week period has been incredible. I like me doing it myself is one thing, and so like now I get to judge and take a step back and listen to it all as a viewer. And it's you guys
Right?
did fucking phenomenal this year.
Oh,
VocalOutburst won last year, by the way.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Remember
that?
This time last year, it was going to be Spadezer on the air for the Newgrounds finale, and it was VocalOutburst. You were the winner.
Yeah. I'm actually still blown away by that. That was in itself like a crazy year. And it's really awesome seeing like familiar faces throughout, and names and sounds throughout this contest as well. And I'm so happy to see that people that either I've gone up against or that I've heard last year continue and like try again this year. And I was like, yes, I'm so excited, you're gonna do it again, fuck yeah. And and I was not disappointed like at all. There was no disappointment to be had.
Troisnyx, what did you think?
Troisnyx, yeah.
Oh, my feelings are mixed because when I got into the audition round, I think the impression that I had was, well, of course you're going to do your best for whatever period of time there is. There's a steep competition. I think that's the hardest hurdle. You've got 119 people. There could have easily been more. In fact, last year there was a lot more.
Yeah, last year was a lot more.
That is the hardest hurdle to get past. And then once after that, you've got the round of 64, which is incredibly brutal considering that the next round was going to be whittled down to 16. Right. That basically meant that a number of exceedingly brilliant musical minds were just sifted out of the competition like that because, a number of them were basically bundled into similar groups to each other. Mm-hmm. And that was it. Lucid Shadow Dreamer, for example, who got second place last year, was knocked out in round 1. That was how brutal this round of 64 was. Yeah. And there are a lot of unpredictables in this thing. A 0.1 difference of a score, for example, could make all the difference, even in the early rounds.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's so brutal. It's just giving me anxiety thinking about being a contestant or a judge. Jeez.
This is supposed to pick us up.
Like, it's anxiety all around. Just yay, anxiety.
Oh, just anxiety.
Just anything could have happened.
Yeah.
So, it's really a question of the 4 brilliant minds who actually survived the competition, because I can't say that the others were not. I have to say that everyone who got knocked out was a brilliant musical mind.
Absolutely.
There's kind of an interesting term you use too, is that the 4 survivors, because this is the Newgrounds audio death match. It's not so much you're winning, you're surviving.
It's the Hunger Games.
Yeah. I think that's another reason why I'm so blown away by the music that was being produced, because even as a judge, it was easy to see that it's hard to get the idea of this being a competition out of your head. And so, and then the time frame of trying to get a track done every 2 weeks.
Think of it like a crucible. And if you actually manage to make something exceedingly good in that time, it becomes a breeding ground for some of your best work. I mean, it's become a breeding ground for for a lot of people's best work. Some people have released EPs out of the entire audio deathmatch run.
Just thinking about, even as far as this competition, just as an example, Mackievellian, I don't think you'd be able to hear this amount of output for him right now if we hadn't had this competition. And that's like he was saying in the interview, that and the competitions in general, like the AIM, give a musician enough pressure, puts them under enough pressure that they're going to come up with things they never would have come up with otherwise. It gives them that limitation that gets them the creativity.
Yeah, you get diamonds.
Then you get the diamonds for the call,
And so Albe was saying, when I was talking to him, because he's been in previous competitions, and it's the judges' feedback is also so special to them, because it gives them insight that they wouldn't have thought of on their own, and they just grow, and they just they go from the rough coal to that diamond just because of participating in these contests, whether they win or not. So there's no losers here. Everybody wins.
Yeah.
And now that we've said that everybody wins, I think it might be time.
But only one really wins.
To see who really wins. Guys, are you ready? Are we ready for this? Ooh. Is it going to happen?
Troisnyx, are you going to do a little drum roll for us before we do do this?
Yeah, and
We've reached the peak of tension, you guys. It's about to be a
Right.
release. Just breathe. Just breathe. Okay.
just breathe. So Jacob, you were the one, correct? That's going to be giving us the 3 and the 2 and the 1. Are you ready for
Let's
this?
do it.
All right.
We're counting down from 4?
If you want, yeah. Sure, we could do 4, 3, 2, and then 1.
I will start rolling at 3.
And consider 4 an honorable mention, right? It's like the honorable mention
My
of all
heart
the
is
mentions.
pounding.
Number 4 out of 119. Yeah.
Right? Okay.
That is a damn honorable mention right there.
All right.
There.
Jacob,
Incredible.
whenever you're ready.
All right. So, number 4 with an insane 87.583 was Predator Music with Pirate
All right.
Fox.
Congratulations, my friend.
The most honorable mention.
It's an insane score for 4th place, by the way.
Right.
Yeah, I'd like to point out that all of these scores, I think, are just like really high up. I think that's another reason why I'm just like, I love that you guys are doing great because the scores keep going up. You guys keep doing better, and I'm so happy to see that.
Yeah.
So happy to see that.
Predator in the chat is saying, "Hey, thank you so much. Clearly, no bad feelings here. Very excited to be part of this and that. So that's good to see.
Congrats, man.
Congrats, man. All right.
All right. Number 3, drum roll, please. Thank you.
I'm so excited.
Number 3 with 90.66666 was Mackievellian.
Hey,
Well done.
What a
Congrats.
score.
my man,
Such good work.
with the roller coaster.
Man, that was the score of 3rd place. Jesus.
I know, right? If that's the score of 3rd place, I mean, we've said it enough, but you guys' jobs are so hard.
Apparently, he predicted that he would get 3rd. That's kind of weird.
Yeah. He said, yeah.
Mac, do you mind if I come to you for a fortune real quick? I think I might need some future advice.
Yeah.
Wow.
He almost made the song better, but he wanted to make sure he got that spot. He got money riding on this.
My legs are trembling right now, guys.
Well
All
done,
right.
my friend. It seems like you are the true winner. The true fortune is the true winner.
So, Jacob, you know how the way this works, when you say number 2, you have also revealed to us number 1. So I want to ask, do you want to do number 2 or do you want to just go ahead and announce number 1? And then
I'm
say
going to
number
announce
2?
them both.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Do one roll then.
I see why you were saying top 3. Anyway.
It's okay.
All right, so number 2 and number 1 are less than 1 out of 100 points away from one another.
Wow.
Like they are within 1%.
Yeah.
Tell us the scores first. What were the 2 scores?
Okay.
The 2 scores are 94.5 for number 2 and 95.25 for number 1.
Jesus.
Wow.
Okay. Well, let's do it.
All right, so 2nd place with that 94.5, the beautiful AlbeGian.
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 And that means our winner is
That means our winner.
Phonometrologist.
amazing.
There it is. Phonometrologist. You did it.
I'm not gonna lie. Just hearing these songs today, that actually would have been my order.
Yeah.
It actually would have been.
Oh,
We did it.
Are you also a fortune? Do you and Mackie need to talk out your fortune powers right now?
Yes.
Okay. I might need to commission you for a future tarot reading.
yeah.
I want to add a special note here because Phonometrologist has taken part in several audio death matches before this one. This is his first final and this is his first victory. I want to say well done on your tenacity, well done on not giving up, and sincerely well done on winning.
Well done.
Right. And Albie in
Well
second
done,
place too,
And Albie in
coming
second place.
from not placing previously. Like both of you guys,
Yeah.
not placing previously, and here you are. Amazing. Congratulations, everybody.
Phonometrologist, I'm not gonna put this kind of pressure on you, but if you want in the chat, you can let us know if you're comfortable with it, and we'll unmute you and you can talk to us. It's up to you. And I'm gonna cut it out what I'm saying right now if you don't want. All right. We're gonna unmute
he's
him.
good with it.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Congratulations.
How do you feel?
Congratulations.
How you feeling?
This whole experience was painful for me. Just so you know.
No, understandable. Oh man, I understand that.
No, I totally was not expecting it. I was like just thinking, well, I'm gonna go simple. I was actually thinking about doing like a EDM kind of like upbeat climatic kind of piece of like, you know what, just forget it. Just
Yeah.
let's just do what is natural, and it's always I don't know what to say. It's good just to be a part of this group. So I felt like I was content no matter what happened. I was fine with fourth, because like I said, being in the finals is a victory in itself, just to last this long. So it's really difficult to be here, and I have really no idea what to say. I appreciate everyone's support.
Your song is a victory, man.
Yeah, well deserved. Well deserved.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
I'm gonna listen to it and cry later.
Don't worry, me too. I am too. 100%.
Absolutely good today.
Well, Phonometrologist, congratulations. Congratulations. I have to say it twice. There were many, 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 many outcomes that could have happened today, but you came out on top, and we're all so happy for you. And we're also happy for everybody who showed up and all the finalists and all the amazing songs we got to listen to today. And thank you one more time to Jacob and to Troisnyx and VocalOutburst for being the kind of the judges on the scene with us.
Happy to
Thank
be
you for having
there.
us.
Oh,
This was
Shout
very
out
fun.
Spadezer for helping to run the competition.
Yeah.
And Splatterdash and all the other judges that couldn't be here today because of whatever happened.
Exactly. Is there anybody else you guys want to thank before we head out today?
Did we get all the judges? Hold on. So we have. So big thanks to Ace Mantra. We have Jacob, Spades, Splatterdash, Troisnyx, me, Mika as well.
Yeah.
Neko Mika as well. All of us. I'm happy to have judged alongside you guys, and I'm sure that everyone else is appreciative of your comments and kind words. I will be getting mine out very soon to everyone I was supposed to do. I just want to let that out publicly. I've been behind on that. I'm very sorry, but I want my reviews to be very thorough. And so you guys are going to be getting that very soon.
Oh, you guys, amazing contest this year. The Newgrounds Audio Deathmatch is a production unlike any other production I've ever seen. Last year was amazing. I wouldn't have told you it was going to be bigger this year. But the amount of support and love and songs and amazing talent this year has been just like jaw-dropping.
Right. Next year, oh my God. How are we going to top this year, guys? Oh my God.
Jeez.
Next year might be a different story. I don't know if some of us might be on the panel. I don't know.
We'll see.
We shall see. We shall see.
All right.
The future. It's in the future. And you know what? I'll ask Phono. Hey, Phono, you're a psychic, right? Can you tell us what goes on?
Guys, thank you so much.
Any of you guys have any idea?
We are out for today. The Newgrounds Audio Deathmatch. It happened. Thank you guys all for coming on.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for listening to the Newgrounds podcast. This show is recorded live on our Discord server. Join us at bit.ly/NGP Discord. For the latest news, follow us on Twitter at the NG Podcast. Thank you to Waterflame for the use of his song, Gabberfly. Goodbye.
And cut.